И hello, добро пожаловать на AleksTabletops, MTG Study. Oh, wait a minute, this is session in English. Yeah, and hello and welcome to AleksTabletops MTG Study session 145. Yeah, my name is Alex, and this is Buddy. And today, Buddy apologizes, we're not going to stream with the webcam, so basically no signal, no webcam today. So probably also not going to be any webcam available on Friday in Russian streams, but either way. So one of the changes that I made, so let's just check this out first and I will talk about some stuff that I made. So yeah, I made a couple of choices, so changes. So one of the things that I decided to change is to basically now stream in a Russian category instead of just in English category. I already talked about it in the previous streams, but in generally the idea is to be a little bit more discoverable that way, because again, unfortunately I'm not that discoverable at all, especially in like when it comes down to the English streams. And the reason basically to stream in basically Russian category is specifically created to hopefully get some viewers, at least some discovery elements, because again, no one ever going to see me if I'm going to stream in English category. There's too much too much people out there streaming Magic, and there's always a lot of people to watch, and I'm going to be right at the bottom, and also this is kind of a new channel, so a lot of new stuff. So I decided to basically the streams still will be in English. The only difference is, as you see on the top and on the bottom of the interface, we have two messages, and those messages basically read that this is an English stream, as a primary language is English, but the secondary language is Russian. But again, you can write in chat and I will switch to a different language. So basically, mostly this is the message for Russian speaking audience who doesn't understand English, and we might basically talk during the stream in Russian, so I could switch in Russian. So again, from now on the streams are gonna be a little bit more flexible. I will still maintain the regular schedule of streams. By the way, let's try to see if chat works. Chat doesn't work. Perfect. So for some reason chat doesn't work. Okay, let's check why. Alerts, chat. So let's try to update chat. Maybe it's going to work. I don't know. Let's try it again. Hello. So yeah, chat's not working, unfortunately, and I don't know why. There are like multiple reasons why chat might not work, but one of them is the Streamlabs problems. So log in with Twitch. Probably should log in with Twitch and Streamlabs. Maybe this way, like relogging it, maybe it will find what? Learn how to stream like a pro. No thanks. So yeah, give me a couple of seconds. I will deal with the streaming problems as usual. These are things that's constantly present. You're not going to be able to get out of them. This is something that's always present, not in every stream, but most of the streams, unfortunately. Because again, if I would stream a daily, I wouldn't have those problems on a constant basis. But since I'm not streaming daily, but only 2 times a week, like this gap between streams basically creates these problems for some reason. I don't know why. Like, I don't know. And I had to solve them right at the beginning, like before the stream. So yeah, I did that. So again, go into the alert box. Wait a minute. Widgets, chat box. I want to make sure that the widget is properly copied and reads in chat, because this is something that might basically change. Let's update it again, and let's test it again. Please. Hello instead of hello. Yeah, chat basically not responding for some reason. Let's I switched streaming interfaces. just for quite a bit. And again, I want to test chat. Maybe we need like a reboot. No, chat doesn't work, unfortunately. So again, webcam doesn't work, chat doesn't work today. This is perfect stream, basically. Either way, let's just continue streaming. So again, if you will be interested in basically switching language, if you're English, Russian speaking audience, again, I could do this even doing in English streams from now on. But again, they still will be uploaded in English as a primary language on YouTube, because YouTube doesn't have this like ability to choose multiple languages in one video. But still, continuing. So again, today we're going to finally get back to historic, because previous two sessions we played Brawl, so I didn't necessarily play the historic. I kind of already forgot the overall historic metagame. Also, Momir Madness, or festival, like with Momir's rules, but they were replaced by Oko's Madness. Oko's got banned from I believe from not from Brawl, not from Standard. So now you're not going to be able to use Oko in the Brawl format, which is pretty cool, which is basically actually fair. Okay, format, which is pretty cool. Yeah, it works. So, and because they're basically kind of restricted the availability of Oko in all formats, they decided to create a separate like festival. Of course, I went through it. We earned some pretty cool styles for a couple of cards, which is pretty cool. So we're probably not going to play. We might play a couple of matches in Oko's Madness maybe at the end of the stream, we'll see. But mostly we're probably going to focus this video around regular play and around, of course, historic. Because again, the last time I played historic was like kind of a month ago. Like the whole month I didn't even play historic, I didn't tested it, so it's actually kind of disappointing for some reason, because I truly want to play historic more, and I have only 2 times per month that I can play historic, so I believe we have to use this opportunity to do so. So yeah, let's just do exactly that. So first thing, I want to check what type of decks we played in the previous episodes to decide what we're going to play today. So again, we're not going to have that much time, like hour, maybe a little bit more, like maybe an hour and 10-20 minutes, maybe 1.5 hours, we'll stream, we'll see. So last couple of episodes we streamed Brawl. Before Brawl we streamed, in Russian streams we played with Totality Seekers, Historic Charge with Charge Seekers we played in a previous English session 143. Before that we played Grim Seekers in Russian sessions. In English sessions we played Totality Seekers. So far again, I have only 3 decks in Historic. I didn't create anything else. So since this is an English session, let's play the deck that we didn't play any, like, at that point. So again, Historic Totality, we played Totality Seekers in English session. This is 100%. Then on English sessions we also played Historic Charge, which means that the only deck that we didn't play in English sessions is a Grim Seekers, which is basically the deck that we're going to play today, I believe. Yeah, and in Russian sessions on Friday, we're gonna play with the deck that we didn't play on Russian streams yet. Again, we played with Totality Seekers in Russian streams, also played Grim Seekers on Russian streams. So apparently we're going to play Charge Seekers on Friday. So okay, this week we're gonna play this Tuesday during this session Grim Seekers, and this Friday, if nothing is gonna change, Charge Seekers. Good. So far so good. Let's go and play Super Historic format. Looking forward to it. Personally, again, I didn't play Historic for about a month, so I definitely looking forward to playing it. Again, hopefully it's gonna be a cool experience. And again, I want to make a quick statement in Russian for potential Russian audience, and I will switch back to English. Да, сразу хотел упомянуть, да, на русском, да, что еще раз говорю, в основном этот стрим сейчас на английском языке, но у него есть возможность, опять же, переключиться с английского на русский. Вот, наверху и внизу написаны записи на английском и на русском, да, которые фактически в интерфейсе стрима которые как раз и говорят об этом, да, что я могу переключить язык, просто напишите в чат, если вам нужно переключить, и я переключусь на русский, и мы можем потрындеть, поговорить на русском языке о чем угодно, вот, поэтому говорю, но в целом сама сессия будет на английском, карты будут на английском, интерфейс будет на английском, все остальное будет на английском. Это одна из, можно сказать, систем этих стримов, которые я решил реализовывать. Ну все, да, и в большинстве случаев по стандарту, по умолчанию сессия всегда будет на английском, потому что на английском у нас идут свои эпизоды, на русском у нас свои эпизоды. Но еще раз говорю, я иногда могу их переключать, собственно, на русский, но они все равно будут выкладываться как английские. Просто чисто для так называемого, не знаю, просто решил это делать с 45-й сессии для того, чтобы было проще взаимодействовать со зрителями и типа того. В общем, ладно, переключусь на английский и поговорим о матче. So yeah, get back to English. So I notified potential Russian-speaking audience about what are we going to do, how we're going to approach streams from now on. So one of the things that this deck focuses this deck mostly focuses around this Grim. So this Grim is one of the most important strategies of this deck. By the way, the game is not going to lag as it lagged before. One of the things that I did, I changed options for the shadows. There's actually no point in playing in high shadows. Low shadows for streaming more than enough. Even not for streaming is more than enough. It basically lifts off the load from the PC and from graphic card, but it makes streams much more fluid, and visually nothing actually changes. The only thing that changes is slight, kind of weird, kind of jaggedy lines on shadows, which are not important. Most of the people, even professional streamers, are actually playing Magic without even thinking about it. They truly don't even think about it. So far so good. We actually got a pretty decent start right here. So we will be able to sacrifice 2 foods now, and basically trigger ability of Seer Conrad. Probably not a good idea to attack with Seer Conrad. One will block with both of these. There's a possibility that the opponent, of course, might have some type of removal, which is highly likely. Apparently, the opponent focuses on returning cards from the graveyard. Hello, removal. Which means that if opponent will target Seer Conrad, we have to sacrifice 2 foods in order to utilize its ability. Yeah, we're going to lose the ability to potentially gain some life, but again, we don't have troubles with mana, and we also have a second egg. It's better to utilize this thing. So, again, ideally, I probably will gonna skip that. We'll need those 2 creatures. So again, this is the deck that focuses around food, mostly. So let's see, enters the battlefield, you can cast it from your hand. If you cast it from your hand, create 3 food tokens. Yeah, we need food, so let's just cast it. So this is a pretty decent blocking creature. And again, we will be able to again sacrifice 2 foods and draw additional card, which is pretty sick. Let's do this right now. I don't believe that we have to wait. We don't have any kind of additional triggers. This one allows us to sacrifice food, the target player loses 3 lives, which is cool too, but we need mana for it, we don't have. So... and cool, we got a card that we will be able to sacrifice creatures with and produce additional food with sacrificing. So again, if opponent will target our creatures that are trying to destroy them, we will be able to kind of counter that. I also lately opened another copy of this, oven. Oven. I'll probably say this is basically an oven. So yeah, opponent will continue to target our creatures, we will continue to sacrifice them and produce additional foods with it. So again, this is one of the coolest things about this card, that it's, if opponent has removal, it doesn't waste the removal, or I don't know, just the creature not just gonna die, it's going to die with some potential benefits, which is better. Here we go. So let's think. We have 3 foods. We could bring that back one on the battlefield. which seems like a pretty decent idea because we don't have other cards that could play right now. Like, these cards are not important here. Let's just do exactly that. Let's just sacrifice the boots, bring back this Troll King. Let's probably make one of our creatures stronger in order to be able to block 3/2. We also have enough mana for this. I probably would make stronger this one. For later, I want to keep this witch in order to slowly drain opponent passively. So because of this, I put this enchantment, like artifact, on this one, because opponent will probably target it first. So far so good. So we also could hand additional mana, which is not important. And again, we're not gonna attack because opponent's just going to block. It's a pretty interesting deck we're playing against. Again, it works with Resurrection. I would say nothing super mega special here. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Stream dropped. Speed dropped. If speed is going to drop occasionally, it's not going to drop constantly. Like at some point we will be back, like probably in less than 10 seconds. But small speed drops are definitely something that will happen. So here it's probably opponent probably has something with Death Touch, so I'm probably not going to buy on that. I'm gonna skip. 1 damage is not that big of a deal. We're gonna have to think about attacking because I don't have that many things at this point. So let's just sacrifice food. No, we don't have any foods. No, we have food. But still, why I can't sacrifice? Sacrifice this artifact. You gain 3 life. This is the only thing that I can do with it. Sacrifice 2. Oh, we don't have 2 foods, we have only 1. Apparently, yeah. Okay, let's just slowly drain opponents starting from next turn. And again, if I will attack right now, it's gonna be the same. An opponent might use a Death Touch, make one of the creatures stronger, or kill multiple creatures and kill our 7/6. One of the things that I don't want to kill, I don't want to kill Chupacabra, but again, we will kill all of them, so it doesn't matter. If I would have a choice, I wouldn't kill Chupacabra because the opponent has a lot of returners from the graveyard, which give opponent the opportunity to do this. So again, another Chupacabra there. It's not a good thing. So it's pretty not kill. Whenever a creature deals common damage to a creature, create a food token. I probably should place this one on this creature with trample and then place it back on 5/4 after attack. I kind of made a pretty big mistake. That way we would have an additional food. Okay, whatever. Let's continue. I probably will lose this match, but in the end, like again, just adapting to Historic after a month of hiatus from Historic, because again, last month we played Brawl, and that was a lot of things. And also right now, I don't have that much time to play Magic. Mostly, I'm working right now with yeah, mostly right now I'm working on creative stuff, so I don't have that much time to play Magic outside of the streams. So the only time that I can play, like, truly have fun in Magic is these streams. It's just one of the reasons why I'm streaming them, basically. Too many basics. And also I'm studying English at the same time. Okay, like, I know that our opponent probably will be able to resurrect Chupacabra. I don't care at this point. I truly don't care. We need more additional things. We're also gonna do this. We're gonna sacrifice additional food. We're gonna drain opponent. Maybe, like, again, I didn't play this deck that much, so for me it still has a lot of kind of ways to kill opponent that I didn't try it before. So a lot of things we're probably gonna discover at some point. So here we're probably gonna sacrifice 2 foods. And by the way, foods produced by this one look also animated, which is pretty cool. Submit 2. Sacrifice those 2 foods. We need to draw a card. We draw a card, a pretty bad card, but hopefully next card is going to be better. So even though it seems like we are in disadvantage, I believe it's not necessarily the case. No, we're in disadvantage. We're not going to be able to deal damage to opponent. The opponent has 3 6/6 creatures. We have 2 cards that basically allow us to sacrifice creatures which we don't need. We're not going to be able to resurrect this one. Yeah, so a couple of turns and we're done. Maybe even this turn we're gonna die. Yeah, we're gonna die this turn. I don't know why opponent decided to attack this one. Let's just skip. Or not. Let's just produce more food. Maybe next turn we will be able to bring this one back. Again, ideally opponent probably should cast Chupacabra, kill one of our biggest creatures and then attack. That way at least we wouldn't be able to block. But again, maybe opponent decided to be arrogant. Or just make game longer and have more fun playing. Also could be the truth. So we have more than enough food tokens. We need only 3 to resurrect. So let's enter the battlefield. Put the top 4 cards of your library into your graveyard. You gain 1 life for each creature card in your graveyard this way. Let's just gain some life. Which is one of the things that we could do. We could resurrect ourselves with food. So again, this is a pretty awesome deck. Like the Grim Seekers, I dig it pretty much. It's a pretty cool deck. I still need to learn to play it, so we need to spend quite a lot of time before we'll be able to learn how to play it, or at least I will be able to learn how to play it. It doesn't matter. Next turn, opponent is just going to play Chupacabra, kills 6, 7, or 9, 7 already. The only thing that we can do is just sacrifice it. So basically we're done. Truly done. There's nothing we can do here. We can't attack. I'm not going to be able to draw any additional cards. The game progressed pretty well, but opponent just basically outplayed us with graveyard deck. That was not fun. Second, I want to check the sound. Yep, sound works. That was not fun. So yeah, defeated. Which is fine. So one of the reasons why I'm playing Historic is again to have fun. Because again, we're not going to be able to progress daily quests in Historic. This is one of the downsides for Historic, and most of the people that are playing Historic are either already went through all these quests and just trying to play Magic for fun. Again, usually during the regular days I don't have time to play Magic for fun. I mostly play Magic for efficiency, just going through the dailies, going through a couple of quests. At least trying to get 5 days per day, 5 wins per day, in order to get some amount of gold and XP progression, since last update they integrated the possibility to gain some experience with daily wins, which is pretty cool, but at the same time it kind of creates a lot of problems. Tak, we need to start with black, because we have double black card. So in turn 3 we already have to have double black mana in play in order for this thing to work. So yeah, Merfolks. For how long I didn't saw Merfolks, I already forgot how they are and what they are. So let's play this. Then we're gonna play this and then this. Yay! Never played it. There's no point of killing Merfolks yet, so let's just put Lantern in order to produce additional mana. We also have 2 Lanterns. Starting from next turn, we're probably going to play Wolf and kill one of the Merfolks. By playing Mimir's Madness, like this event that's already ending, it also kind of showed us enters the battlefield, put another counter another target merfolk. Enters the battlefield, fight another creature you control. You don't control. Let's put this one in play. So it fights. Yeah, so which means that it potentially could die if it's going to fight 3-2. So let's just kill one merfolk and keep those intact. So there's a potential that we're going to lose this match too. Because again, we're going to have a lot of creatures with hexproof that we're not going to be able to target with removal. So which means like I don't have that many mass removal in this deck. Or maybe I have. I probably should go through the deck before playing this match. I kind of forgot already what this deck is all about. By the way, a specific theme for our decks, for our historic decks, is this super awesome egg that we got through the event. Yeah. Now opponent will be able to tap 5 merfolks and put a lot of counters in place. Yeah, we're done. There's no way for us to win this. But again, in general, I'm playing Historic not for winning, but for learning Magic. And this is one of the reasons why I play Historic. I don't like standard formats because they have their own. Let's put this one in play in order to gain some life. If opponent is going to put another copy, it's going to be fine. So yeah, this enchantment gives everything every time that Merfolk enters the battlefield. It produces another Merfolk, which is crazy. I built Merfolk deck around this card at some point. Lately, I decided to remove all of my pre-existing decks. Let's try again to work with the chat. I truly don't know why we don't see chat. We have to see chat. For some reason it's just not shows itself. Log out. Log in with Twitch. Sometimes this is a problem of logging in and logging out. So maybe right now. We dropped speed again. A couple of times per stream this will happen. This is kind of already annoying. Strip is not going to be dropped for a long time, probably a couple of seconds. The main thing is to, like, in general, hopefully stream is not going to drop fully. We will get some occasional drops in bitrate. They will happen. So you see, we just basically got destroyed completely. Let's just gain some life instead. That way we will survive. And one of the things that could save us at this point is a mass removal, but again, we don't have this mass removal unfortunately, so this is pretty disappointing. An update. Let's just test chat again. Hello. Nope, still don't see chat. Disappointing. Super disappointing. Yeah, it's a bummer. For some reason chat doesn't work. And again, I don't know why. Nothing changed since last time I streamed. Last time chat worked. This time it doesn't. Sometimes these stupid things are happening without even any reason. Oh snap, kind of disappointing. So yeah, this is something that you're not going to see in Standard anymore. This is one of the fun things of Historic. I don't think that necessarily it's a fun thing to fight against super dominant hateful merfolks. Хай, Лесбур, Historic только через челленджи можно поиграть. Нет, Historic можно играть по-обычному. Это стандартно доступный формат. Сейчас покажу, как ему зайти. Ох, как нас сильно вынесли. Нужно, короче, создать специализированную деку на Historic и нажать кнопочку Play, и он, ну, просто играть, и он на автомате зайдет в Historic. Вот, собственно, вот этот в поиске матча, да, и просто в обычной игре вы просто создаете Historic деку. Historic деки, соответственно, обозначается вот такой вот, типа, штучечкой. Вот. Если у вас нет доступа отсюда, из стандарта, вы просто должны переключить на все колоды. И из всех колод вы можете выбрать ваши исторические колоды. Вот. Исторические колоды, опять же, просто создаются из тех карт, которые из всех сетов доступны. И на автомате они играются прямо здесь. Вот. Просто если вы попытаетесь запустить play при стандарте и нажмете play, то он все равно на автомате запустит в Historic. Вот. То есть, как бы, просто он вряд ли позволит вам выбрать колоду из Historic. Вот. Ну а так, по сути, как бы, вот таким вот образом можно играть в Historic. То есть это не чистый челлендж. Это хорошо, что они сделали Historic на самом деле бесплатным форматом, но в том плане, что в него можно играть, не участвуя в челленджах, что безусловно круто. Единственное, конечно, минус Historic заключается в том, что требуется, ну, что нельзя квесты в нем реализовывать. Вот это печалька. Что, типа, можно только дневные квесты реализовывать, вот эти, которые за 700 и за 500, за 750 и за 500 золота. А уже непосредственно те квесты, которые чисто стандартные дневные, которые по 15 побед в день, вот это, увы, нельзя реализовывать. Опять же, понятно, почему они это сделали. Они хотят привлечь людей к тому, чтобы играть в стандарт, как основной формат, что это соревновательный. Ой, блин. Так много лендов скинул, они мне сейчас пригодились. Да еще и скинул такие крутые ленды, которые могли бы выложиться сразу. Гигантская печаль. Я неоднократно думал о том, чтобы держать эту карту в этой колоде или все-таки удалить ее отсюда. Она специализируется на возврате артефактов из грейвярда. У меня есть достаточно солидное количество неплохих артефактов. Поэтому было принято решение все-таки ее оставить здесь. Best of 3 тоже можно. Единственное, в Historic, по-моему, Best of 3 пока что нету. Они в скором времени его добавят. Сейчас, по-моему, в Historic Best of 3 нету еще. Если мне память не изменяет. Не-не, по-моему, только в Play можно играть. Да-да-да, по последнему заявлению, вроде как... Я не читал там с новых апдейтов, что они интегрировали. Может, в новом апдейте они уже сделали возможность играть в Best of 3. Но по последним апдейтам, которые я читал, предыдущие... Просто, по-моему, неделю назад они еще один апдейт какой-то запустили, поэтому, может, они в этом апдейте что-то расширили, я не читал. Но вообще, по-хорошему, только в Play можно играть обычный. Так, ситуация не ухти. Не ухти. Око через око. Да, око в стандарте много. Да сейчас народ адски вымораживает эта карта, все просто от нее, у всех попа горит от этого ока. Его благо запретили в броле, то есть хотя бы где-то его забанили, это уже хорошо. В честь него как раз, в честь этого бана они сделали специвент, типа Мамир или Око Madness, довольно прикольный ивент. Я его довольно быстренько сделал, только один раз поиграл. Ну да, око так-то раздражает. Но у него вторая обилка долбанутая. И к третьей обилке он тоже очень быстро приходит. И... То есть, как бы... Чтобы его сбалансировать, мне кажется, нужно первую обилку не за +2 ставить, а за +1. Вторую обилку ставить или тоже за альтернативный +1, как она и есть, или же за -1. Вот. Только таким образом, возможно... Или просто за 0 хотя бы. То есть, таким образом, может быть, око можно было бы немножко сбалансировать. Но, я говорю, всего-навсего небольшой маленький нюанс баланса в него интегрировать, и он станет не таким задолбышным. Но он действительно пока что очень печален. Так, самое забавное, что когда меня спонсировали Magic на ранний доступ, я как раз первую колоду, которую создал в раннем доступе, говорю, эти стримы доступны на YouTube, их можно заценить там как на русском и на английском. Блин, забыл затапить грима. Типа, было смешно увидеть... так, секунду. В общем, я тоже создал колоду вокруг Ока, и тогда я даже не знал, насколько это хорошо играбельная карта будет, и как бы во всем этом ивенте раннего доступа я фактически играл только за Око, и я думал, типа, я единственный, кто буду собирать эту колоду за Око, но потом оказалось, народ попер эти колоды сока создавать как сумасшедшие, и теперь практически везде одни Око пруди. Поэтому да. Да, к сожалению, чат у нас не работает по какой-то непонятной причине сегодня, так что извиняйте, также и вебка. Вот. Это тупые технические неполадки, которые периодически происходят, которые я, увы, не понимаю, как исправлять. Особенно с чатом раздражает. То есть, один день все работает, на второй день все перестает работать. Это порой сильно раздражает. Этот матч мы тоже сдали, если не получится выиграть. Ну, я не особо стараюсь как бы играть. Я в том плане, я просто чисто по фану сижу и просто играю. Давайте атакуем всеми. Что-нибудь волшебное придет. Эта колода очень медленная. И мы сейчас играем на самом деле против таких довольно странных колод. Вот эта колода, наверное, вообще на коммонах. Нас реально зафигачили как эти... Нас зафигачила колода с коммонами. Это прям даже аж смешно, если честно. Жака. So yeah, get back to English. So again, since this is mostly an English session, so again, we talked about the like Oko, Planeswalker, the fact that this is a pretty crazy Planeswalker, and it had to be banned. Oh snap, this is pretty cool. Like, this is one of the things that I like about this deck, these pretty awesome situations when like a lot of passive abilities are working. It's one of the reasons why I'm playing Magic, to create these complex situations. But again, for this you have to... whatever, we're gonna lose this one. I'm going to be able to sacrifice, we don't have enough mana. So again, we got killed with freaking commons, like deck that basically based on commons, only common cards, which is pretty fun. It's one of the things that, like, why Magic works. You can win a pretty strong deck, like against pretty strong deck with just the regular cards. So you didn't have to like gather full collection. So again, we're not going to be able to earn these rewards during historic format, which is a bummer. Let's try, by the way, traditional standard. No, actually, again, you see traditional standard play only. Standard play, standard rank, playing with bot. This is a pretty fun deck with 200 cards. So, which I'm preparing for a separate episode on YouTube when I have time to record it. So let's continue. So again, usually during the streams, we're focusing around one specific deck. So I have only 3 decks in general in Historic. I had a lot of decks, but I deleted all of them. To basically kind of start from the beginning. So starting from new seasons, we implemented a couple of changes. As one of them, we're not going to focus around too many decks. I will try to play as less decks as possible. So again, we have 3 decks. Generally, we already tested Charge Seekers, Totality Seekers during English streams, and now we're basically trying Green Seekers. And throughout the whole session, we're going to play Green Seekers. So let's just get and go through this deck and see like what works, what not working. So one of the problems of this deck that throughout all these matches we didn't got any cats, which was one of the significant strategies of this deck with combination of these ovens. So like food oriented part of this deck didn't work, maybe because we had too many giant skewers, which we didn't need it. And again, this is my personal standard creating 80 card decks out of 60 card. this is just my personal standard. This is the way for me to play Magic and have more fun than just playing regular 60 card decks, which are for me are pretty predictable. So my personal just choice is to choose an 80 card deck. So again, in general, this deck mostly focuses around food. Now we don't have that much Oko. By the way, we have more Okos, so let's just do exactly that. Lately I opened 2 additional Okos just by earning them through different like boosters and additional packs, and even through daily quests. So which means that we have to now choose what to remove from here. Again, I already thought about removing this giant skewer, because again, this is a pretty cool card, but this is a cool card only if we're attacking. And yes, I have a couple of tags that focuses on attacks, but again, this one can work on attack, and it also can work on a block. Savvy Hunter. So I truly don't have that many cards that actually work with attacking strategies. We don't have that many removals, but we have one. We could think about removing this one. So again, enters the battlefield, create a food token, and also, yeah, let's just, again, we put 2 additional locos, so we need to decide what cards to remove from here that are not necessarily playing into our strategy. This one not necessarily playing into our strategy. I had this card here at the beginning, but then the more I played it, the less it's valuable. Like, even throughout these matches that we played, it didn't play out. This one still works, this one still works, this one still works. So yeah, so let's just try this version of the deck. We rebuilt it quite a bit. So again, we added 2 additional Okos, and we removed 2 pretty heavy cards that are not going to be playable much, and they're not working as a removal either. So let's try with this version. So let's also see how about lands. So again, we have 23, 54, and 25% ratio between all of our colors. So our dominant color is black, and those 2 colors are basically kind of a secondary. We could consider them as a overall splash. So 10 of these, 6 of these, and 7 of these, which is pretty accurate still. Perfect. So in terms of the lands, we have anything that we need. And this is my personal estimation that for 80 card decks, 32 lands is more than enough. This is just like a personal estimation. Let's also apply styles, because we freaking can. So we applied styles to what cards? Let's see, because I truly missed. Yeah, we applied style to this Murderous Rider, and this is probably it. It's the only card that we applied style to. Yep, the rest of the cards already had those styles. So again, let's just play deck, try to make it better. So again, the whole point of sticking to only one deck is to learn how to play with this deck more efficiently. So let's continue. Again, we have about like 20 or so minutes till the end of the session, hopefully, or not hopefully, approximately. So again, today's session is pretty weird. We still don't have working chat, unfortunately. Yeah, we still don't have a working chat. And no matter what I tried, it still doesn't work. I went through regular ways. I have an idea how to get back chat, so let's see. Let's try to log out of YouTube now, and now log in with Twitch, because sometimes, like, one of the reasons why I have these problems with chat is because my account originally was created for YouTube, and on Streamlabs this is my primary account, and I can't change it. But now, since I'm streaming on Twitch, sometimes it's basically not working properly. So I believe now chat actually has to work. This is a pretty risky hand. We're not going to be able to play anything, and like in general, having a 3-color deck and only 2 islands in play, this is the worst case scenario. So this is better. And finally we have this stupid cat that people hating on. I doubt that we will get to 3 blues, so having the Jace I don't know. This is quite a kind of question. What to do here? Discard a land. Let's discard the start effect. Although again, this might be a mistake. I have high hopes on Jace. So let's try. Let's try chat again. Hopefully it's gonna work. Могу на русский переключиться? Я говорю, у меня в интерфейсе написано, что я могу на русский переключиться. Просто эта сессия по расписанию английская. У меня так, по вторникам я стримлю английские сессии. Я решил их все равно стримить в русскую категорию, чтобы хотя бы народ как-то меня находил, потому что в английской категории меня никогда никто не найдет. Там слишком большое количество народа. Ну, так как создаю контент на обоих языках. Да, можно вполне на родном, как говорится. Только если захотите свалить со стрима, да, напишите перед тем, как сваливать, чтобы я потом снова переключился на английский. Вот, чтобы я знал, когда переключиться на английский. А то иногда так кто-нибудь заходит, начинает говорить на русском, я переключаюсь на русском, говорю на русском, люди уже на русском свалили, я могу переключить на английском, но я продолжаю трендить на русском. А так как сессия на английском, да, то есть как бы она потом на YouTube будет загружена на английском и будет наполовину русский иметь, ну, какая-то ересь будет. Хотя я не уверен, что ее все равно кто-нибудь будет смотреть. Чисто так, на всякий случай. Что расскажете? Сегодня у нас странная фишка, у нас чат по какой-то непонятной причине не работает. Обычно в интерфейсе, вот там вот наверху, вот слева от того, где я курсор показываю, должен чат появляться визуально. Но по какой-то непонятной причине он сегодня не работает. И я не могу понять, почему. Иногда такая ситуация происходит. И главное, в предыдущем стриме он работал. В этом стриме он почему-то не работает. Опа, нашечки. Тендершут-дрядка. Давно мы не видели тендершут-дряд. Короче, что-то сегодня как-то не везет нам с колодами. Я рассчитывал, что если я буду играть в историк, то я буду играть с какими-то там супер-мега крутыми колодами, которые будут меня адски переть, да, и в которых я буду учиться играть в Magic. Вместо этого мы видим стандартные колоды, да, за которые просто люди играют, потому что они уже вышли из обихода в стандарте. Вот сейчас колода на сопролингах и на пожертвовании, да, то есть как бы... Мы сможем положить Джейса. У нас также есть возможность снести Тендершот Дриаду чуть позже. Как раз на следующем ходу, я думаю, мы это сделаем. Что ее надо сносить. А сколько мы сможем сейчас свалить здесь? Давайте посмотрим. Destroy up to 3 target creatures with toughness X or less. If X is 10 or more, return a creature cards from your graveyard to the battlefield. Что по сути... Пропускаем. Много дамаги снесут. Вообще не, мы не сможем это реализовать. У нас не хватит маны. Или маны впритык хватит. Сконвертируем ману стоимостью 5. Или стафнес. О, стафнес. У Тендершут Дриады 2. Значит, мы сможем убить 1, 2, 3. Как раз 3 существ. Ну, cool. Но все равно мы проиграем. Говорю, что-то вообще какой-то Unreal. Вот это самое смешное, я не в OBS стримлю. Обычно у меня OBS проблем нету, и как бы я стримлю через единственную прогу, которая может у меня Magic стримить. Это Recentral. Через OBS я стримлю обычные, типа, стадики, эпизоды, где я просто изучаю карты по Magic. А все, что у меня не берет OBS, у меня просто OBS Magic не берет, меня очень сильно лагает. На записи именно. Просто у меня не игровая карта, поэтому довольно фигово получается. Поэтому это глюк самой проги или это глюк аккаунта Streamlabs. Скорее всего, это проблема со Streamlabs, потому что у меня на Streamlabs есть там проблемы с синхронизацией. И мы сейчас пассивно умрем. Сегодняшние матчи я практически все проиграл. Значит, реально мы ни одного матча сегодня не выиграли. Уже 50 минут прошло от стрима, и я ни одного матча не выиграл. Я печалюсь. Нет, я в России, в Москве, просто чисто изначально для себя определил, что один из способов изучать для себя английский язык — это стримить на английском. Вот, это один из способов, который позволяет мне чуть лучше изучать английский. Я в целом стараюсь играть Magic на английском всегда. Я обучал Magic на английском, я начинал Magic играть на английском с 2012 года, поэтому для меня Magic в целом на английском чуть понятнее, чем на русском. Меня порой текстовка убивает на русском, и много вещей мне не прут на русском, как в Magic реализован. Поэтому изначально я как бы начал стримить на английском. Вот. Потом постепенно добавил русские стримы. Ну, сейчас в английских стримах у меня 145-я сессия, вот туда-то сейчас, это 145 сессий, фактически я уже почти 2 года стримлю. А в русских сессиях только 35 сессий, по-моему. 35-й будет в эту пятницу. Вот. Как бы, да. Ну, чё круто, кстати, тот факт, что я стримлю на английском, меня тут недавно визарды заметили, и в сентябре я поучаствовал в ивенте раннего доступа, то есть, на ютубе есть даже стримы, можно заценить, где я чисто в раннем доступе поучаствовал вот этого как раз нового сета, это было довольно весело. Вот, поэтому говорю, плоды это свои какие-то приносят, да, то есть, как бы, впустую не делается. Вот. Ну и плюс это приятно, да, что так как я лучше знаю английский, благодаря тому, что я стримлю на английском уже долго и в целом изучаю английский, это позволяет мне без проблем общаться с потенциальными будущими клиентами, потому что я как 2D-художник, да, ну, как художник мне нужно уметь общаться с другими, ну, типа, людьми со всех, можно сказать, кусков мира, потому что в России на творчестве зарабатывать мало можно, да, на копеечки, здесь не особо творчество ценят как труд, поэтому в основном приходится общаться с зарубежными клиентами, и это позволяет также лучше общаться с ними, это тоже прикольно. Вот, то есть это строить отношения проще, сообщения писать проще, формулировать какие-то предложения, вот, типа, это всегда веселее. Поэтому я в этих стримах, да, на английском фактически тоже для себя какие-то плюшки нахожу. Пусть порой я стримлю вообще только для себя, вообще без какой-либо аудитории, тем не менее, да, то есть это позволяет мне тренироваться в английском языке, пусть и в форме монолога, где я просто сам с собой разговариваю. Я уже к этому привык, на самом деле. Так, значит, довольно забавная рука, на самом деле. Давайте возьмем. We're gonna take it. Та-да-дам. Нам много кошечек пришли. Говорю, я сейчас разбавил эту колоду чуть большим количеством копий ока. Может быть, тот факт, что у нас есть 3 копии ока теперь в этой колоде, а не одна, как до этого была. Нам больше схватит. Как нам повезло, мы против колоды с ретернерами играем, значит, мы сможем много раз переигрывать нашу крутую кошечку. Ой, блин, как я ступил-то. Надо было играть сначала этот, Лэнтерн, а потом выкладывать кошку. Так бы у нас было 4 маны. Это одна из тех вещей, которые, короче, тупят иногда. Просто многие боятся английского. Это одна из тех вещей, которые преобладает. Надо иметь мотивацию при изучении английского. Моя мотивация чисто рабочая, да, то есть как бы мне по работе надо, собственно, английский изучать, поэтому почему бы не сделать это? Всеми возможными способами, которые мне доступны. Давайте потише сделаем, что кричит очень в наушнике. Могу на английском говорю. Ну, пофиг, до конца сессии осталось немного, я ближе к концу сессии завершу уже ее на английском. Сейчас, кстати, опять стрим упал. Такое бывает периодически. So, we got drop speed again, unfortunately. Kind of a problematic thing. Occasionally happens.
I must train harder.
Что-то как-то постоянно битрейт упал. Так, вроде битрейт потихоньку возвращается. Битрейт вернулся, шикарно. Так, оппонент стер все наши артефакты. Печально. Так, так как мы больше кошек не можем реализовывать, давайте, короче, разыграем что-нибудь с гравиардов. Значит, что эта штука делает? Значит, мы эксалим все карты со всех гравиардов оппонента. Мы можем скастовать, потом разыграть эти карты, разыграя и за доступную нам ману. Здесь, по сути, мы можем только плансокера украсть, если честно. Чтобы посмотреть наверх нашей библиотеки. Только это мы можем сделать здесь. Не знаю, повременить с этим или сейчас сделать. Давайте повременим, потому что, мне кажется, на следующем... Через пару ходов оппонент может Томиё использовать, положить что-нибудь более веселое на гравиард. Чуть позже используем эту мнемоник битрейл. Это первый матч, в котором мы близки к победе. Но самое смешное, что, учитывая то, как сейчас прогрессия матча идет, я думаю, что мы сейчас вот только проиграем. Потому что... это, знаете, такая колода, где мы сильно прессуем оппонента до определенного уровня, а потом оппонент быстрый камбэк делает и сносит нас. И у нас нечем крыть. Ну, у нас действительно нечем крыть. Чтобы не давать оппоненту увеличивать зомби, когда открывать. Да, поэтому да, ближе к концу этой сессии я, соответственно, переключусь на английский. Но пока что давайте по-русски поговорим. Раз уж. Так, все равно большая часть сессии уже на английском. Опять же, тут нечего ловить. Могли бы Нарсет только украсть. Там же перманент можно только разыграть, правильно? Mana, anytype, cast a spell. Не только перманент, но опять же массовый ретернер. Там уже нам нужно еще и ману на это. У нас 7 маны. У нас будет только 4, вот нам реально только на Нарсет хватит. Не больше, не меньше. Вот. Мы пропустили Нарсет, оппонент ее вернул. Короче, планцокер, да-ка? Да что ж такое-то, она мне идет нифига. Так, все, я ничего с гравиарда больше не смогу разыграть, да? Массовых видоляторов. Но единственное, я могу уничтожить всех планцокеров, стибрив Elder Spell, если эта фигня работает. Так, сейчас давайте еще раз. You may cast those cards. Да, любые карты вообще все. То есть я могу инстанты и сорсери кастовать. Значит, по-хорошему я могу стибрить с гравиарда Elder Spell и убить всех планцокеров. Но делать это сейчас неразумно, потому что на следующем ходу оппонент Тефери выложит. Главное, что у оппонента не было ничего, что позволит сбросить нам карту. Давайте рискнем, короче. Подождем, пока оппонент выложит всех планцокеров, а потом повернем карту уже оппонента против планцокеров оппонента. Это будет эпично. So yeah, since this is pretty close to the end of the session, let's just switch to English. Oh, this is not good. And kind of end the session in English. So again, one of the strategies that I want to utilize right here in this match is to use Elder Spell to basically kill all opponent's planeswalkers. So the idea here is to play Mnemonic Betrayal and do exactly that. The question is now when exactly we need to use this. Do we need to use this next turn or wait for more? Because again, opponent draws a lot of cards and all of them potentially might be planeswalkers. Maybe even the same planeswalkers that opponent already has. So by destroying them, opponent could just replay them. So again, probably don't have a chance in this match. We don't have any foods to resurrect our cards here. Let's just... again, since most likely I'm going to lose this match, there's a good possibility of that. I want to keep Mnemonic Betrayal as long as possible. I truly will try to keep Mnemonic Betrayal as long as possible. And then utilize something from opponent's graveyard.
I grow bored with this fight.
Like, my hope that opponent will play... Oh snap, opponent actually will discard our card. Each player shuffles their hand, graveyard into the library. Hopefully the opponent is not going to use this one. This is the last thing that I need. wouldn't want to lose Mnemonic Betrayal. But if I'm going to draw it again with the new 7 cards, it'd be cool. Basically, we'll see what happens. Occasional speed drops will result in problems with buffering, unfortunately, and this is not something that I can.
Let's slow this down. I've got time.
Seriously, why chat is not working? I don't understand. I basically did everything.
I know I noted this somewhere.
Log out from YouTube, log out from Twitch, relog on Twitch back again, and it's still not working. It's basically a problem with Streamlabs, because again I have 2 accounts on Streamlabs, YouTube account and Twitch account, and sometimes this desynchronization happens, and basically opponent might have a counter spell, so
My mind needs a rest.
so let's see what we could play here. We have Mass Removal, we have Narset. Okay, this one is not gonna work. No, Teferi is not gonna work either. Mass Removal not. Again, the only thing that we could do is this. Kill all Planeswalkers. But again,
I have reached my limit.
that was a lot of words. And now probably let's play Teferi, because out of all Planeswalkers, he's most probably efficient Planeswalker here in this situation. Will at least slow down the opponent
Right on schedule.
to some degree.
Oh, I've done the hero thing before.
And so pretty cool, pretty cool. Half of the library opponents already discarded, even more, because opponent draw a lot of cards. It's a good thing for us. This is a good thing for us. Let's just test chat again.
Only time will tell.
Nope, chat is not working. Эх. Не знаю почему. Чат просто тупо сегодня не работает. Но опять придется потом разбираться. Ну, бред. Сначала я разберусь, почему чат не работает, а потом хлобысь, и на следующий раз, когда я пойму, в чем он не работает и как это исправлять, он снова перестает работать. И я не думаю, что это проблема в самой проге. В проге обычно для того, чтобы чат заработал, достаточно сменить эту пространство. Мы сегодня его тоже выделали, не помогло. Ну и как можно заметить, оппонент уже заребилдил всю эту систему. Забавный матч. Да, это будет у нас последний матч на сегодня. Говорю, я сейчас стараюсь стримы поменьше делать, всего по часику, 2 раза в неделю. Сейчас очень много работы, поэтому много стримить не получается. Может, оппонент себя... А нет, оппонент 35 карт. А, оппонент что, перешафил библиотеку, что ли? Когда оппонент успел это сделать? Я, видно, пропустил. Все. Надеюсь, что к пятничному стриму я все настрою, чтобы типа и чат работал и так далее. Ну, по сути, он работает на Твиче. Единственное, он визуально не отображается на интерфейсе. И вся суть этого интерфейса в том, чтобы было видно вебку, чтобы было видно типа чат и так далее. Ну и плюс, чтобы весь интерфейс Magic видел был полностью, потому что меня бесило, когда часть камеры перекрывала интерфейс Magic. Еще в том месте, где у меня камера располагалась, я постоянно перекрывала деку, перекрывала количество карт, вот эту статистику перекрывала, не было видно части лендов, то есть, короче, эта зона была довольно сильно закрыта. Питомец частично перекрывался даже. Поэтому я решил сделать такой отдельный интерфейсик. Мне кажется, я тупанул в предыдущем ходу, надо было пожертвовать кошечку, чтобы переиграть ее. Так бы мы могли больше жизни оппоненту скостить. Ну ладно, пофиг, говорю. Когда уже ближе к завершению сессии, я начинаю тупить. Что, у нас опять стрим упал, что ли? Нет. Pretty cool when opponent playing against Planeswalker decks. This is one of my favorite type of decks, Planeswalker decks. Like, again, you can build them around all available colors, like around all 5 colors, or build them around only 3 colors, like basic ones, and put a lot of multicolored lands, etc. So there's a lot of flexibility when it comes down to Planeswalkers, which is one of the things that I like about them. Probably going to lose. Opponent has a lot of card advantage, like opponent has constant draw, constant choice of what to play, a lot of removal that got back reshuffled to the deck. So ideally there's no point of playing this match where 100% is going to lose it. But just for the sake of competition, like friendly competition and healthy competition, we will give opponent the opportunity to test out his or her deck. By the way, the nickname is Straight Cash Homie. And I again lost the opportunity to sacrifice this one and replay it. I don't know why I'm constantly losing it. There's no point of attacking Ceiling Block now. We could attack with this one, actually. The block, I'll accept it. I'll accept. Yeah, we could actually attack with Gingerbread. Kind of misses. When I'm hasty in Magic, I'm constantly making a lot of mistakes. Problems. It's pretty cool. Opponent utilizes this amnesia for probably already like 6th or 5th time at least in the match. Pretty cool. Sacrificing it back and returning back cards, redrawing them. This is actually pretty cool. I mean, it's pretty interesting strategy. I actually wanted to build deck around this amnesia. I had only probably 1 or 2 copies of it. It wasn't sufficient enough to build a deck around it, of course. But if you have 4 copies and if you have means to sacrifice it, and you have decent amount of cards in your deck, you have the opportunity to bring cards back from the graveyard. So it's actually a pretty cool deck. So maybe we could learn something. So yeah, Clear Mind does exactly that. Reshuffles the library. Allows opponent to basically constantly replay all of his or her spells, which is pretty sick. Pretty cool deck that we're playing against. Definitely something to learn from.
This isn't a fight you can win.
And although I don't have chances in this match,
Might be a bad idea.
still could learn something. And the cool thing is now this match is on recording, and I could watch it later and analyze it. And if I want to build this deck, I have the example in this match, which is pretty cool. Kind of a time capsule thing, which is one of the reasons why I'm recording these videos and streams, even sometimes without an audience, like a time capsule thing. You better be kidding me! Throughout the whole match, we still don't have 3 islands. This is just kind of stupid. I mean, how many cards we've drawn already? It would be awesome if we actually had this one. We could probably even win this way. Let's attack with Gingerbread. I probably should activate its ability first and then attack. But either way, I still can do this before declaring blocker stage. And also, if opponent decides to kill it or do something about it, we still will be able to sacrifice it and play cat. Which is a weird thing. Let's just not do this. Just not gonna lose. It's a pretty weird laugh. And Gingerbread. And another amnesia. You gotta be kidding me. So yeah, this is a kind of a cycling deck. It cycles through cards. Pretty cool deck. I mean, truly pretty cool deck.
Probably going to die anyway.
Any other opponent probably already would quit. If it would be a standard, people would probably already concede the duel. But since this is a friendly competition,
That's more like it.
and healthy competition, as I'm calling it. I'm choosing to stay and give opponent the opportunity to utilize strategy of this deck. But again, this is pretty endless strategy. It's pretty annoying strategy. Opponent next turn will use -9 and just probably kill us with one of the creatures. But for that, opponent needs to create additional creatures or remove our creatures in order to actually deal at least 1 damage to us. And we still don't have freaking third island for the Jace. Super not cool. Opponent probably has a couple of returners also, maybe even mass removal next turn. Skibbity-bidoo. Oh snap, I hate it. I hate this card, like mass manipulation is killing me. I even played against this type of deck today in Standard. Basically gained all of my creatures under its control and killed me with my own creatures. So freaking annoying. It happens, and we're done. Pretty cool match, pretty cool match. So yeah, this is basically ends the stream, I guess. So again, we're going to stream this Friday, as scheduled, about 10 p.m. 10 p.m. in Russian, in Moscow time. So we didn't win any matches today. This was the first match that we were pretty close to winning, but eventually we didn't win any matches, which is pretty disappointing from the standpoint of win-loss ratio. But again, this is historic. Losses and wins are not adding up to our statistics when it comes down to historic. So historic has its own statistics, so it's not that necessarily important. So I guess this is this will sum up this session. Again, thank you for watching, thank you for being here, have a nice day or night, and we'll see you in the next session, which is again is going to be this Friday. And in Russian, всем спасибо за то, что были здесь, спасибо за просмотр, хорошего дня или ночи, увидимся в следующей сессии. И, собственно, в пятницу у нас по расписанию английский стрим, посмотрите панели, ой, в смысле русский стрим, смотрите панели на Твиче. И увидимся, надеюсь, в пятницу. Всем пока-пока. Барри тоже говорит пока. И он расстроен, то, что нет вебки.